be live streaming us and recording this session for replay on our YouTube channel, and that should be up probably the middle of next week on the district's YouTube channel. You can find the link off the district's webpage, or just go to YouTube and type Yakima School District, and I think that webpage pops up. And we do have one of our board members joining us virtually this evening. So, hi Ryan. He's on all screens. Very nice. We have triple Brian tonight. All right. Dr. Green and Dr. Rodriguez are down representing the Yakima School District at the P3 Institute in San Diego. And so we're going to be looking to Dr. Darling for all of the superintendent stuff tonight. Barb, we're live and recording, right? Okay, thank you. We do have interpretation services tonight. Do we have someone who can just announce that? On the microphone, would you mind?
Si alguien necesita servicios de intérprete, por favor, déjanos saber.
Thank you. First on our agenda is the Pledge of Allegiance, and we are very pleased to have a special student joining us from where? Franklin Middle School. Would you like to introduce the student for us?
Good evening, Board President Rice, members of the board, and Deputy Superintendent Darling. I have an amazing young man to introduce tonight. He is our ASB president for this school year at Franklin Middle School. This is Mr. Edwin Martinez.
Hello, Edwin. Thank
Hi.
you for joining us tonight. Mrs. Fiscus, is going to post the flag on the screen for those of us who are live streaming, as well as we have a flag in here, so you can begin whenever you're ready.
Okay. Ready? Begin. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you, Edwin. Can you also tell us what the character word of the month for October is?
The character word of the month is determined. Determined means having reached a decision, firmly resolved. Decidido. Haber tomado una decisión, firmemente resuelto.
Perfect. I think we have a couple of board members who would like to thank you for being here and maybe have a question or two for you, okay?
Okay.
Priscilla? It's not hard and you won't be graded.
Hi, Edwin. Thanks for being here. You did a very good job. And your Spanish skills were excellent, too. So good job on the Spanish pronunciation. What is your favorite class in school? And why? You have to tell us why, too.
Band, because of Mr. Patillo.
Oh, cool. What do you like about Mr. Portello?
He's like really nice and he's like really chill.
Awesome. Cool. Well, thanks so much for being here, Edwin.
You can't have much more of a something nice to say about somebody than that they're chill, right? Raymond?
Sure. Yes, Edwin, I wanted to thank you for being here with us and showing us your leadership. It's great to see young men like you that are leading the whole school. It's awesome to see that. I really like your voice, how it projects, and you got a strong voice. I wish I had your voice. But I do have a question for you. And what are your thoughts, your plans, goals, dreams beyond when you graduate from the Yakima School District?
So when I graduate, I want to go to college and maybe like study to be a doctor or an engineer.
Nice. Thank you for that. Appreciate it.
Norm?
Thanks also for me for your joining us today. And I'm curious, what instrument do you play?
I play the flute.
Oh, the flute. Okay.
Yeah, I wanted to play the drums, but the year that I decided, we were online, so I wasn't able to do drums.
Oh, okay. Well, it all adds up.
Yeah,
The flute is portable though.
yeah.
That's true. You can take it anywhere. So again, thank you for joining us, and I wish you well in the rest of your career at Franklin and in high school, whichever one you go to.
Thank you, Norm. Ryan, do you have anything to add? I can't hear you.
Nothing to add, just to say thank you for being here tonight with us.
Thank you, Ryan. Thank you again, Edwin, for being here. And did you bring parents or any family members?
Only my mom.
Oh, no. As a mom, she is not only a mom. So would you like to introduce your mom to us?
Yeah.
Mom, can you stand?
Can I take it off?
Yes, please.
Hola, yo soy la mamá de Edwin. Mi nombre es Mayra Álvarez.
Thank you.
Pues gracias por dejarme estar aquí con él.
Thank you for being here. Thank you,
night.
Edwin. Sure, go ahead.
Señora, le quiero dar las gracias por estar aquí con nosotros esta tarde y también para el tiempo que sabemos que usted pone en sus hijos, porque pienso que sabemos que educación es muy, muy importante y sí se nota que usted sí está involucrada en la educación de su hijo y sus hijos. Y eso, pues estamos muy gozosos de tener usted aquí y padres como usted que están aquí para apoyar a sus hijos. Pues gracias por estar con nosotros. Gracias. Amen.
Edwin, I know you probably have homework or something that's going to be calling your name here in just a little bit, but feel free to leave if you need to. You're welcome to stay, but if you need to leave, we understand.
Okay.
Thank
Bye.
you. Okay, next on our agenda is the Yakima Land Acknowledgement, and I have the honor of being able to read that to you tonight. Today, the schools of the Yakima School District rest on the ancestral lands of the 14 confederated tribes and bands of the Yakima Nation. The people of Yakima Nation inhabited more than 12 million acres across Adams, Benton, Chelan, Douglas, Franklin, Grant, Kittitas, Klickitat, and Yakima counties. Today, we honor those Native peoples who are tied to the land through history, legends, and culture. We acknowledge their descendants who live in the world today. We thank the caretakers of this land who have lived here and continue to live here since time immemorial. An acknowledgement is a simple, powerful way to show respect and a step toward correcting the stories and practices that erase Indigenous peoples' history and culture. It also honors the truth. As a school district, we will continue to build upon our relations with the Yakima Nation. Next on our agenda are recognitions of visitors and guests. Do we have special guests this evening, Dr. Darling?
I think the special guests we have are those we're going to recognize.
Our
shortly.
retirees?
Yeah.
Okay. We've got them on the agenda pretty quick. Next, we have the acknowledgement or recognition of our retirees. We are fortunate this evening to be able to celebrate those who have retired since May 1st of this year. And the board members have kind of split up names. So we'll be reading a short bio for each one. And as you hear your name, if you could come up and make yourself present in the center of the room so that we can acknowledge you appropriately. And then we'll ask you to make the rounds, shake hands, and Graciela will be over here at the table to give you your plaque. And then as you go down the hall, Ashley will be in the back corner to take your picture. So here we go. Graciela, you're first.
Thank you, Martha. It's my honor to read the first 4 names on the list. Keith Allen. Keith was hired on January 17, 2008 as a custodian at Lewis and Clark Middle School. He remained in this position for his entire career with the district. Keith retired on June 30th, 2022 with over 14 years of service, all in the Yakima School District. Frances Briggs. Frances Briggs started her teaching career working for the Qualicum School District in British Columbia from 1980 to 2003. She joined the Yakima School District at Adams Elementary from 2004 to 2006. She was a special education resource room teacher at Ridgeville Elementary from 2006 to 2014, then at Roosevelt from 2014 to 2019. Frances became a special education resource room teacher working with private schools from 2019 to August of 2022. She retired with over 42 years of teaching experience. Frances Briggs. Keven Cummins. Keven was hired on May 24, 2004 as a custodian at Washington Middle School. In 2005, he became the night lead custodian and remained in that position until 2013 when he became the night lead at Eisenhower High School. Then in 2018, Keven moved to Davis High School as a custodial night lead where he remained until his retirement. Keven retired on August 31st, 2022 with over 18 years of service, all in the Yakima School District. Joanna Eckhart. Joanna was hired August 27, 2002 as a special education paraeducator at Davis High School. She remained at Davis as a special education paraeducator until her retirement. Joanna retired June 17, 2022 with almost 20 years of service, all in the Yakima School District.
Danny Frazier. Danny Frazier began his career in education in 2010 as the special education director for the Dillingham City School District in Dillingham, Alaska. Danny became the superintendent in 2015 and remained in Dillingham until 2017. He joined the Yakima School District as assistant special education director in 2017. He remained in that position until his retirement in July 2022. Danny retired with 12 years of experience in education. John Steve Freeborn. I've only known Steve as Steve all my life. Steve Freeborn began his long career in education with the Yakima School District in 1978 when he joined Wilson Middle School as a social studies teacher. Steve remained at Wilson for his entire career, teaching social studies, science, and language arts. He also spent some years coaching track, basketball, softball, and soccer at Wilson. Steve retired in June 2022 with 44 years of teaching experience,
Wow.
all in the Yakima School District. And then we have Kathy Freeborn. Kathy Freeborn started her career as a substitute teacher for the Yakima School District in 1978. She officially joined The YSD is a kindergarten teacher at Castlevale Elementary
that's
in
why. That's
1979. She remained at Castlevale
Ooh,
until
nice.
1987. Whitney Elementary became her home in 1987, where Kathy stayed until her retirement in June 2022. At Whitney, Kathy taught both kindergarten and first grade. And as a former staff member at Whitney, I can also attest that Kathy was well beloved by students and staff at Whitney. She retired with over 43 years as a teacher, all in the Yakima School District. Deborah Gordon. Deborah was hired on January 4th, 1989 as a paraeducator at McClure Elementary. She remained at McClure as a paraeducator until her retirement. Deborah retired September 30th, 2022 with almost 33 years of service, all in the Yakima School District.
Priscilla Hagemeier. Priscilla was hired as a special education paraeducator at Gilbert Elementary on August 23, 2013. Priscilla moved to Robertson Elementary, continuing as a special education paraeducator on August 25, 2015, where she remained until her retirement. Priscilla retired June 17, 2022, with 9 years of service, all in the Yakima School District. Priscilla Hagemeier. Christina Homberger. Christina started with the Yakima School District in December 1997 as an assistant registrar and counseling secretary at Davis. The following year, Christina moved to the Skills Center, otherwise known as Yakima Valley Technical Skills Center, now known as YV Tech. Christina remained at YV Tech as the registrar until her retirement on July 15, 2022. She retired with over 25 years of service, all in the Yakima School District. Christina, last month we read her obituary, and I am sorry to say that she passed away, and we had invited family members here. I don't know if any of her family is here tonight. They are certainly in our thoughts and prayers and condolences as they continue to move through the grieving process. John Kaluzny. John began his career in education as a teacher in Montana from 1984 to 1986. He moved to the Yakima area and joined the Highland School District as a school counselor from 1991 to 1995. John then moved to the school counselor position at St. Paul Cathedral School from 1995 to 1999. He joined the Yakima School District in 1999 as a school counselor at McClure Elementary. John remained at McClure for the remainder of his career, retiring in June 2022 with over 31 years in education. John Kaluzny. And Donna Kelly, my dear, dear friend. Donna was hired on March 17, 1992, as a homeschool liaison at Whitney and McClure Elementary Schools. In 1995, she became the guidance specialist at Whitney and McClure, and later at Martin Luther King Jr. Elementary as well. Then in 1998, she became the guidance specialist at the alternative school, which later became known as Stanton Academy. For 3 years, beginning in 2007, Donna was also a part-time teacher at Stanton while continuing her guidance specialist duties. She then resumed her guidance specialist duties full-time until her retirement. Donna retired on August 31st, 2022, with over 30 years of service, all in the Yakima School District. Donna Kelly.
Thank you.
Okay, Raymond, do you think you're next?
Yes, it's an honor and privilege for me to recognize the following retirees. First of all, we do have Marilyn Mitzel. Marilyn was hired.
I bet she wishes she was born.
Yeah, 1996 she was born. Was hired on November 18th, 1996 as an assistant cook at Davis High School. She remained in this position for her entire career with the district. Marilyn retired on August 18, 2022 with over 26 years of service, all in the Yakima School District. Marilyn Mitzel. Nancy Moore. Nancy was hired November 11th, 1998 as a special education paraeducator at Eisenhower High School. She remained at Eisenhower as a special education paraeducator until her retirement. September 1st, 2022, with 24 years of service, all in the Yakima School District. Nancy Moore. Jackie Osborn-Klein. Jackie, is Jackie here? Jackie started with the Yakima School District on November 3rd. There's a pattern here. They're all started in November, right? I don't know if that's November 3rd, 2014, as a food services purchasing specialist at central offices or central services with child nutrition. In May of 2017, Jackie became the food services coordinator at Central Services, where she remained until her retirement. Jackie retired June 30th, 2022. She retired with 8 years of service, all in the Yakima School District. Jackie Osborn-Klein. Elsa Judith Riggin. Judith began her career as a teacher in Peru in 1982 to 1990. Judith is here, yes. She returned to the United States and became a speech language pathologist with the Yakima School District, working with preschool students in the early learning department. Judith worked for the Yakima School District from 1994 to 2003, and from 2004 to August of 2022 when she retired. Judith completed her career with over 34 years of experience in the field of education. Judith Riggin.
Judith, do you want to go back so Ashley can take your picture, please? And I think last is Ryan.
President Rice, can you hear me?
Yes, thank you.
Excellent. I don't know if Mr. Freeborn is still in the room, but if he is, I would love to just pay some personal privilege to let everyone know that he was an exceptional educator when I was at Wilson Middle School. So I wish I could be there tonight to shake his hand, but I'll move to Kacey Royce, who began her teaching career as a substitute teacher for the Yakima School District. She was a substitute from 2001 to 2003. She then officially joined the Yakima School District as a contracted employee in 2003 as a teacher at Franklin Middle School. She remained at Franklin for her entire career. During her time at Franklin, Kacey taught social studies and language arts. She retired in August of 2022 with over 20 years of teaching experience, all in the Yakima School District. Joan Shelton was hired as a paraeducator at Hoover Elementary on January 22nd, 2016. Joan remained at Hoover in the same role until her retirement. Joan retired May 9th, 2022 with 6 years of service, all at the Yakima School District.
Thank you for your service.
Anna Tavares started with the Yakima School District in September 1987 as a paraeducator at Whitney Elementary. Anna stayed in this role until April 1999 when she became clerk typist at Whitney. In 2007, Anna became the office assistant at Whitney, finally settling in as the office manager in 2010. Anna stayed in this role until her retirement on June 24th of 2022 with 35 years of service, all within the Yakima School District. Pamela Wood began her career as a teacher by substitute teaching from 1994 to 2000 in several Yakima area schools. In 2000, she joined the Yakima School District as a contracted teacher at Whitney Elementary School. Pam spent the next 22 years at Whitney, initially as a fourth grade teacher, then later as a fifth grade teacher. Pam retired in June of 2022 with over 25 years of experience as a teacher. Congratulations.
We want to thank all of you who were able to be with us tonight so that we could celebrate you appropriately. And you may have seen me clicking around on my phone, adding up all of the years of service for these 20 individuals who have retired since May 1st, for a total of 448 years, many of those years serving the children in our district. Thank you all so much for everything that you've done, for all the lives that you've touched and improved. And I expect that you have many, many stories to share. So thank you all for joining us tonight. We understand if you have other things to do, things that are calling your name, and you're welcome to stay because school board meetings are so exciting. But if you can't, we understand if you have to leave. Once again, a round of applause for all of our retirees. $448. Mm-hmm. This is an average of 22 and a half years per person. That is an awful long time to be in one place. Uh-oh, I hear a phone. Okay. Next item on our agenda is reading of School Bus Safety Week proclamation. Ryan, do you have that?
I do, ma'am.
Would you mind reading that for us, please?
I am happy to do so. This is a proclamation from the state of Washington. Whereas on each school day in Washington state, more than 10,800 school buses provide more than 650,000 student trips with transportation between home and school, safely traveling more than 50 million miles. And whereas school bus drivers must complete initial and annual training and provide the highest standard of care for the students they transport. And whereas the school bus inspection program ensures the safety of school buses and exemplifies outstanding interagency cooperation between school districts and the Commercial Vehicle Division of the Washington State Patrol. And whereas school bus driver instructors, shop personnel, supervisors, and support staff perform vital functions in assuring the safe operation of the student transportation system. And whereas ensuring that motorists adhere to the rules of the road around school buses during student loading and unloading is critical to maintaining safe conditions, therefore, Jay Inslee, the governor of the state of Washington, proclaimed October 16 through 22, 2022 as School Bus Safety Week in the state of Washington, and encouraged all people in the state to join him in this special observance.
Thank you, Ryan. Next, we have gifts to the district. Dr. Darling, I understand you have gifts to announce.
Yes. So first off, we have a gift of $8,008 to Roosevelt Elementary from Alexis Emerson / Breakfast Bites and Books via the Ellison Education Foundation. They give this donation for books, pastries, and more to increase parent involvement and comfort with teachers and the school. Second, a gift of $4,600 to Washington Middle School from the Yakima Lions Club. They gave this donation to the Garden Club for Washington Middle School's community garden. And lastly, a gift of $12,375 to Outdoor Schools Washington for Wilson Middle School Mount Rainier field trip. The purpose of this grant was to secure funds for students to attend Mount Rainier Institute and help cover transportation costs.
Very nice. Thank you to all of those organizations that continue to partner with us and help support our students. Next, we have reports. First, reports from the board. Do we have any board members that have anything to share? We did, go ahead, Norm.
Yeah, I missed our last board meeting because I was at a training in Walla Walla. And part of that training, I'd really like to compliment the Walla Walla School District for their early childhood program. They have a remarkable program in Walla Walla where all of the preschool programs in town are under one roof, whether they're ECAP, Head Start, school district. So they're all in the same building. They're all getting the same instruction and the same instructional practices. So they really have a great collaborative thing going in terms of preparing kids for entry into first grade. So it was a model program. It was really fun to see. Oh, and they also have transitional kindergarten in there as well. And they have room. They converted an elementary school, kind of like we did, only they had more space to convert for the early childhood program. And they're doing remarkable things in their program. So it was really encouraging to see what can be done with a very well coordinated early childhood program. So I'm excited about our future after I'm seeing what they are accomplishing.
Very nice. Anyone else? Ryan, do you have anything? No, okay. We did have the Washington State School Directors Association General Assembly 2 weeks ago, and last week submitted our top 10 priorities, and I expect that we will hear maybe by the end of this week or beginning of next what all of the input that they received goes into the hopper and comes out the other end of it, where everyone identifies their priorities. Every school district in the state has an opportunity to weigh in, every school board. And by the end of it, we will know what those priorities are and be able to form the legislative platform for the School Directors Association for this next year. And once we have that, I'll let you all know. Next, we have Superintendent's Report. Dr. Darling.
Thank you. Just one item. Last week, Superintendent Green kind of went over a little bit quickly, but today we're going to give it a little more intentionality. So we wanted to recognize an award that Assistant Superintendent Locke received. So on the screen, you will see the award from the SNO, which is the School Nurse Organization of Washington. And the letter reads, Ms. Locke, congratulations on being selected as the Snow School District Non-Nurse Administrator of the Year. That's quite a title. You are
That 5 times fast.
Your unwavering support on behalf of school nurses is impressive. Your efforts have been instrumental in the leadership and development of the Yakima Health District and Yakima District Health and Wellness Education Center. Thank you for fostering an outstanding collaboration between local health providers, universities, medical colleges, and school nurses. As a result of your continued dedication and support of school health services, students and families will have improved access to physical and mental health care, as well as social services and education. You have worked tirelessly to recruit school nurses, reduce nurse-to-student ratios, and obtain funding for this project. It is clear you understand the role and importance of school nurses and value their impact and contributions to the students, families, and communities they serve. You are most deserving of this award, and our organization sends its hearty congratulations. And I think it's interesting to note that Assistant Superintendent Locke is already quite a decorated administrator, as she received a Principal of the Year award, and I think this might be her first non-nurse Administrator of the Year award. So we again, and I know that Superintendent Green echoes these comments, but we again wanted to do a special recognition for the work that Stacy has done in improving awareness and not just for our nursing program, but for the needs of our students, for their mental health and their social emotional learning. And so we're excited for the work that Stacy's doing and continues to do throughout the district. Thank you, Stacy.
And she received a standing O from the audience.
Standing thank you, audience, for the standing ovation.
Well, she is a real shot in the arm for the district.
Oh. Thank you, Director Walker. I would like to, if I could, President Rice, to share
Please.
for a moment. In receiving the award down in Vancouver a couple weeks ago, the group, there's about 200 nurses there from a variety of different districts. And the question was, how do you get that support? And I said, well, it starts with our school board understanding the need in the community, and then us brainstorming ideas, and then the school board giving us the opportunity. And as I shared with President Rice a while back, once I given the opportunity, I will take full advantage of it and run with it. And we have done that. And the group that was there is just in awe. We were actually in our school district, Amy Norton shared 2 nurses short of having an actual nurse in every single one of our schools, which is just incredible when it comes to healthcare. And of course, we know if students aren't healthy, they don't come to school. And in turn, if they're not in school, then they don't learn. They don't have a chance to be successful. So we really believe that this is the foundation for success for all of our students in the Yakima School District. It started with you guys. So thank you very much for your support, the fabulous team I work with, and the standing O in the back room. Wonderful. Thank you. Nothing but love.
Could you share with the rest of the board what Amy told you when she went back to the national conference?
Oh, absolutely. So Amy Norton went back to the national conference earlier in the year and presented the work that we're doing around our health service program and our outreach to our community health organizations and the long range vision from where we're at to where we want to get to. In doing so, when she got back here, she was contacted by the National Association of School Nurses, and they've asked her to write an article for that national publication highlighting the work that is going on in the Yakima School District connected to what we affectionately call HOWE, which is our Health and Wellness Education Center. And so I don't know exactly when the article is going to come out, but we're really excited because we are receiving some not only state recognition, but national recognition for the foundational work that's going on. And so I can only imagine where it goes in the future. And we're really excited. The other thing I did find at the conference, talked with Shriners Hospital. They're interested in partnering with us. They are going to open a location here in Yakima in the very near future.
Really?
And so we talked about the clients that they have, that we have as children in the Yakima School District, and the ability to utilize our facility to see clients. And so that whole partnership is also going to grow. So every place we go, we talk about the opportunities that are before us for our children in the Yakima School District. So we're pretty darn excited.
Excellent. Thank you, Stacy.
You bet.
And thanks for continuing to be our biggest cheerleader.
You got it.
Next on our agenda is the first opportunity for comments from the public. Do we have anyone signed up, Barb?
We do not.
Okay. We will wait until the second opportunity, which comes at the end of the meeting, see if anyone else has signed up. Next, we have the consent agenda. The consent agenda is a grouping of items that are routine in nature, and the board is tasked with approval of these routine items, either by policy or by statute. And so we can combine them all as under one vote. Any board member has the right to remove ask that any item be removed from the consent agenda for separate action and or discussion. And tonight's consent agenda consists of approval of minutes for the month of September. I really do need glasses, better glasses. Notification of approval of warrants for September 2022. We have 4 groups of general fund warrants, 1 group of ASB, 2 groups of ASB warrants, 1 group of capital project warrants, and 1 group of payroll warrants. Approval of personnel actions, and approval of out of endorsement assignments. Does any member wish to remove any item from the consent agenda for separate action and or discussion? Ryan? No? Okay. All right. So I would entertain a motion for approval of tonight's consent agenda as submitted.
So moved.
Second.
Moved by Graciela, seconded by Norm. Is there any discussion? So I'm going to ask Barb to call the roll, please.
Director Beckett,
Aye.
Director Walker,
Aye.
Director Navarro Jr.,
Aye.
Vice President Villanueva,
Aye.
President Rice.
Aye.
Motion passes 5-0.
Thank you. Then we have our approvals. We have a request for approval to renew a contract with the Stepping Stones Group for the 2022-23 school year. Are you presenting in Jenny's absence?
I am.
Okay.
So Dr. Rodriguez is requesting that the Board of Directors grant approval to contract with the Stepping Stones Group for the 2022-23 school year in the amount of $610,000 to provide classified staffing, support, and OT services to support students with special needs.
Okay. Any questions for Dr. Darling? All right. The board is being asked to grant approval to contract with the Stepping Stones Group for the 22-23 school year in the amount of $610,000 to provide classified staffing, support, and occupational therapy services to support students with special needs. Do I have a motion?
So moved.
Second.
Moved by Ryan, seconded by Norm. Is there any discussion? Okay, Barb, could you call the roll, please?
Director Beckett,
Aye.
Director Walker,
Aye.
Director Navarro Jr.,
Aye.
Vice President Villanueva,
Aye.
President Rice.
Aye.
Motion passes 5-0.
Thank you. Next, we have an approval to contract with Elite Cosmetology Barber and Spa Academy and the amount of $498,000. Dr. Darling.
Thank you. So a reminder to the board, we partner with Elite Cosmetology Barber Academy for our students at YV Tech. So we are requesting the Board of Directors grant approval to a contract with Elite Cosmetology Barber and Spa Academy LLC in the amount of $498,000.
Thank you. Any questions? Okay, the board is being asked to grant approval to contract with Elite Cosmetology Barber and Spa Academy LLC in the amount of $498,000. Do I have a motion?
So moved.
Second.
Moved by Norm, seconded by Graciela. Is there any discussion? Barb, could you call the roll, please?
Director Beckett,
Aye.
Director Walker,
Aye.
Director Navarro Jr.,
Aye.
Vice President Villanueva,
Aye.
President Rice.
Aye.
Motion passes 5-0.
Thank you. Next, we have an approval to renew the contract with Fox Hire for the 22-23 school year. Dr. Darling.
Thank you. So we asked that the Board of Directors grant approval to contract with Fox Hire for the 2022-23 school year in the amount of $385,000 to provide speech language pathologists to support students with special needs.
Thank you. Are there any questions for Dr. Darling? The board is being asked to approve a contract with Fox Hire for the 22-23 school year in the amount of $385,000 to provide speech language pathologists to support students with special needs. Do I have a motion?
So moved.
Second.
Moved by Ryan, seconded by Norm. Is there any discussion? Okay, Barb, could you call the roll, please?
Director Beckett,
Aye.
Director Walker,
Aye.
Director Navarro Jr.,
Aye.
Vice President Villanueva,
Aye.
President Rice.
Aye.
Motion passes 5-0.
Thank you. We've reached the second opportunity for comments from the public. This would be for any item other than including those that are on the agenda. Nothing new. Okay. So we're going to move on with some pre-approvals of monitoring reports and board rating reports. First, we have approval for board policy 1000.4.0, global governance management connection. This particular policy was reviewed at our last meeting, and the monitoring report was reviewed as well. All board members responded to the survey that we sent out subsequently. And we have no comments. All board members agreed that the superintendent is compliant with all elements of this policy. And there was a difference of opinion on whether the policy should be reviewed annually or semi-annually. And I wondered if board members wanted to weigh in on this.
Be fine with either frequency, whatever's the preference of the board.
Ryan, do you have an opinion on this one way or another?
Honestly, I'm fine either way.
Okay.
I'm fine either way, but I think I might be wrong on which policy we discussed. I think we were originally held to semi-annually when the superintendent was new to the district, but I recall some discussion saying that now that he's well known to the district and the team is well known to the district and we're established, that maybe annually would be sufficient for renewing or reviewing this policy. So
Okay.
I think that's where I changed my vote to annually.
Okay. Raymond?
Sure, either way out, I'm in agreement with.
Okay. everyone seems fine with maybe moving this to annually. Okay. So Barb, could you change that on our calendar? Please.
So later this year, should I remove it from, we have it later in the year?
Yes.
I will.
Okay. And next we have approval of board policy 1000.4.1, unity of control. All 5 board members responded to the survey that was sent out subsequent to the monitoring report being reviewed. All 5 agreed that the superintendent is in compliance with all elements of the policy, and all agreed that an annual review, continuing an annual review, is sufficient. Is there any discussion on this one? Okay. So I would entertain a motion for approval of the board rating reports for 1000.4.0 and 1000.4.1.
So moved.
Second.
Moved by Ryan, seconded by Norm. Is there any discussion? Okay. Barb, could you call the roll, please?
Director Beckett,
Aye.
Director Walker,
Aye.
Director Navarro Jr.,
Aye.
Vice President Villanueva,
Aye.
and President Rice.
Aye.
Motion passes 5-0.
Thank you. Next, we have policy, the monitoring report for 1000.2.5, asset protection. All 5 board members responded to this survey that was sent out subsequent to the monitoring report, and all 5 agreed that the superintendent is in compliance with, I'm looking here quickly, with all elements of the policy. There were no comments. So, is there any discussion on 1000.2.5 asset protection? Okay. Next, we have a discussion on monitoring report 1000.2.8, compensation and benefits. All 5 board members responded to this survey as well, and all 5 agreed that the superintendent is in compliance with all elements of this policy. And there were no comments. Is there any discussion from board members? Okay. I would entertain a motion then for approval of the monitoring reports for 1000.2.5 asset protection and 1000.2.8 compensation and benefits.
So moved.
Moved by Norm, seconded by Graciela. Is there any discussion? Okay, Barb, could you call the roll, please?
Director Beckett,
Aye.
Director Walker,
Aye.
Director Navarro Jr.,
Aye.
Vice President Villanueva,
Aye.
President Rice.
Aye.
Motion passes 5-0.
Thank you. I understand, I heard a little birdie tell me today that we have a tentative agreement with the Yakima Education Association. That's wonderful news. And we're looking forward, I know I am, and I think probably I can speak for the rest of the board. We're looking forward to seeing the details in that. I understand that the ratification meeting is next week. Is that correct?
Yes, next Wednesday.
Okay.
And,
Thank-
and it is fully recommended by the YEA bargaining committee.
Great. That's good news. Thank you for your work and for the work of the rest of the bargaining team that was a part of this. I know the district had a team and YEA had a team, and we'll find out who those people are when we have this before us for approval. But I wanted to take a second and just thank you for all this hard work that you've put in on these agreements.
Thank you. It was a team effort, and I really do appreciate everybody who represented the district as well as the association. When we finished, they gave us a very nice speech or toast, thanking us for the change in environment and the collaborative process. And it was a little bit of a love fest, and we really appreciated it and thanked them for it. So it was very, very nice to see how things have moved along in a positive and collaborative manner, and the fact that things had gone beyond the expiration date and there was no noise, no saber rattling. I mean, we both parties attempted to get to yes the best way that we could. And so I hope the silence and the lack of demonstration speaks volumes. So thank you.
Thank you, Anthony. Dr. Darling, do we have a need for executive session?
We do, for the purpose of potential or current litigation with legal counsel.
Okay.
We'll need about 30 minutes.
All right. Okay, I need a motion to move into executive session for the purpose of current or potential litigation with legal counsel for 30 minutes.
So moved.
Second.
Moved by Norm, seconded by Graciela. Barb, could you call the roll, please?
Director Beckett,
Aye.
Director Walker,
Aye.
Director Navarro Jr.,
Aye.
Vice President Villanueva,
Aye.
President Rice.
Aye,
Motion passes 5-0.
thank you. Are we going to be in the professional library?
We are, and I gave everybody a link just now on their email. It's on your calendar, and we'll put you in a breakout room with Director Beckett.
Okay, perfect. All right, we will be back in about 35 minutes to give people a 5-minute break and time to take care of what they need to take care of and get down to the professional library. So we'll be back in 35 minutes. Thank you. Yes.
Oh, I see the use companion mode option.
Where is it?
Let's see.
All right.
You already in.
We're back in regular session. Is there anything else for the good of the order? I don't see anything. Ryan, do you have anything else? Nope. Okay. We are adjourned. We'll see you all next Monday.